Welcome to The American Dream. I'm your host, Craig Sewing. The American Dream is a show we founded based upon real estate, lifestyle, culture, and neighborhoods, showing why this country is great, going all across the country. And today, we're going to show you some great areas and great lifestyles. Let's start the show right now.
The search is over, baby. I'm right here, and I got it.
The American Dream, the only show that combats negative media, not owned by a network, commercial-free, unscripted.
I got it.
These are stories for you and by you.
Welcome to Baton Rouge, Louisiana. Today I'm going to bring you to two suburbs of our capital city to show you what small town life in Louisiana can look like. These two suburbs are rich in history, culture, and fun. I am your host, Carrie Godbold with The American Dream. Today our first stop is at the Myrtles Plantation in St. Francisville, Louisiana. Let's go take a look. Hey y'all, today we are here at the Myrtles Plantation in St. Francisville, Louisiana. This is one of the most haunted houses in the entire United States of America. And today, Reed is going to be our tour guide to give us all the juicy scoop. Thank you so much, Reed. I cannot wait to hear all that you have to tell me.
Oh, there's plenty to talk about as well.
So much history here.
Yeah, so this place, you know, it started in 1791. It didn't even start in Louisiana. It actually started all the way in western Pennsylvania.
Really?
Yeah, with David Bradford and the Whiskey Rebellion. And he kind of fled down here afterwards just because there was a bounty on his head.
Okay, now I love history, but what I'm really excited is to hear all your juicy personal encounters.
I got plenty of those.
Let's go inside.
There's actually two things in here, though, that are really main attractions here at the Myrtles.
Okay.
And, you know, one is the 17th step on the staircase. It's the third red step from the top. And there, we actually had an unsolved murder happen in 1781. And then, if you look over here, you have the mirror, which is one of the most haunted objects in America today. At least that's what we say.
Okay.
But it constantly always has people showing up in other photos.
My daughter has a picture of herself and her friends in that mirror, and there is something behind them.
It looks like a kid or an adult?
An adult.
What would you think? Yep, I wouldn't be too surprised. So the Myrtles, we are a bed and breakfast. So we have 18 accommodations, and we have rooms that can sleep up to 2 or rooms that can sleep up to 12. They're full houses. That's one of our newest. Yeah, so you can have a whole group of friends, and you know, actually, if you time it out in a certain day of the week, you can rent out this entire house. And we have 6 rooms available.
So I really enjoyed my time here today, Reed. Thank you for telling me all the history and the ghostly stories and all the good stuff. I hope you all come, and I hope Reed is here when you come. Thank you, Reed.
Yeah, no, absolutely. We're glad we had you.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Our next stop is Zachary, Louisiana. We are going to meet with their superintendent of schools and catch the homecoming parade. Let's hope we get some really good throws. We are here in Zachary, Louisiana today for the homecoming parade, and Mr. Scott DeVilliers has so graciously agreed to meet with us. He is the superintendent of schools here. Thank you so much for meeting with us.
You're welcome. I'm excited.
Yes. I was wanting to know if you could just tell me a little bit about what you think makes Zachary one of the top school districts year after year after year after year.
Well, you know, really and truly, I think it's about community. It's about us all working together. You know, it's all of our jobs to educate the children of Zachary. The community, they do their part. The school system, we're going to do our part, and the parents need to do their part. And I think when everyone's on the same team working together, great things happen.
Yeah, I agree. The homecoming parade here is a day where every school is represented, the teams, the clubs, the band, the football team. What is your favorite parade throw? What do you hope you get today?
Well, I'm actually going to be driving the golf cart, and I'm going to let our principal, Miss Spence, do the throwing. The schools, all have lots of great throws, and so it's always interesting what they actually bring to throw.
Yes. Thank you so much for being
You're welcome.
here today.
Great. Appreciate it.
Thank you for coming along with me to Zachary and St. Francisville, Louisiana today. I sure hope you got to enjoy the feel and love and culture of small town Louisiana living and to see what I love so much about living in these towns. I cannot wait to see you on our next episode of The American Dream.
Welcome to the American Dream, Selling Baton Rouge. My name is Crystal Bonet, and I'm super excited to be your host, take you on tours of the lifestyle, the culture, and of course, some of the real estate as we explore the area and show you all the wonderful things that we have to offer. But first, I'm going to take you into one of the hottest restaurants around, Stab's Prime.
We are at Stab's Prime in their amazing wine room. We're here with Leo Verde, and you know, I've mentioned that this is one of the hottest restaurants in town. Of course, they're known for their fabulous steaks, but also the wine selection. But there are some other things that make it really special. The owner owns several different restaurants, and I was just going to chat with Leo about what makes this one so popular.
Thank you, Chris. I think that the main thing about a restaurant is our location. We're in the center of Baton Rouge. It's one of those areas where everybody wants to be around. Local shops, local markets. A lot of great things going on here at the restaurant. Our wine cellar, our bourbon selection, our food. That's kind of one of the things that separates from a lot of the restaurants in the city.
And I would have to add the atmosphere. It's always amazing in here.
It is a beautiful restaurant.
It is.
But the atmosphere in the bar is pretty amazing as well.
So we get to make a cocktail?
You get to make and taste a cocktail as well.
Yes, super excited about that.
Let's do it.
Well, let's head to the bar. All right, so we're at the beautiful bar. Gonna talk some more about Heaven's Door.
This is our new baby.
Yes, and isn't it really hard to get your own?
Extremely hard. It is extremely hard, especially the allocation or the specialty product like this. The bourbon was made for us, it was barreled for us. There's only 214 bottles of this in the world. And we're lucky enough to just got this, and we're gonna be making, Miss Caroline's gonna be making a famous smoky, old-fashioned made with Heaven's Door.
Well, that's very exciting. I cannot wait to taste this.
Here's your old-fashioned. So what do you think?
Oh my gosh, it's amazing. So I'm not a big bourbon drinker. I may become a bourbon drinker after this.
Especially if you're drinking this.
Yes, it's amazing. I've tried a few bourbon drinks in the past and just never really liked them, but this one's not super strong. It's very smooth. Love it.
There you go.
Great job.
Cheers.
Cheers. Can we clink? All right, Leo, thank you so much for letting us tour the restaurant.
That's my pleasure.
Appreciate it so very much. And as Leo indicated earlier, the location is great. And actually, we have a surprise for you. We have a listing in Bocage Lake that we're about to go and tour. Today we're at 2608 Bocage Lake Drive. Bocage Lake is really desirable because it's a gated community and the location is amazing. You have really easy access to both interstates, Interstate 10 and Interstate 12. So really conveniently located to everything. So this is a home that is a little under 3,500 square feet living, 4 bedrooms, 3 bathrooms. As you enter the home, you quickly notice the high ceilings, the crown molding, the heart pine flooring. This beauty is perfect for entertaining. Whether you prefer to entertain indoors in the chef's kitchen or outdoors in the entertaining courtyard, you have options. But my favorite room in the house has got to be the kitchen. The kitchen has gorgeous marble and quartz countertops, a designer backsplash, commercial grade appliances, large oversized island that functions as a dining space as well. Let's go take a look outside at the entertaining courtyard. Here in the entertaining courtyard, you find a cocktail pool that can be heated or cooled. So it's great, you can use it year round. but it comes complete with a waterfall and dual fire pits. Super nice. Thanks for joining me on this episode of The American Dream. Cannot wait to show you more on the next episode.
I'm Will Frederick with the Will Frederick team of Keller Williams, and I'm standing here in our downtown Hammond, Louisiana office building. Hammond, USA is the best place on earth, so let's go take a walk. This year, actually, we won an award for being such a great downtown, and I have our executive director of the DDD, Chelsea Little, with us to tell you about what that award means and what it is. So tell me about it, Chelsea.
Yeah, okay. Well, we won what's called the Great American Main Street Award, and that is given by the National Main Street Organization, National Main Street Center. We won first place in the country for 2022.
Out of 1,600?
Out of 1,600
Wow.
cities, and it's only been given to less than 100 cities in America.
It's happening.
Yeah.
Chelsea, thank you so much.
Yeah,
This
no
is
problem.
awesome. All right, we're here at Cage Street Seafood Station, one of the greatest places to eat in downtown. I want to introduce you to Jonathan Wong. He's a friend of mine, and he owns this place. And he and his family have done so much in our community. They've invested a lot. They've owned several restaurants here, and they're part of the reason that this place is such a great place. So tell me about your story. Tell me about the restaurant.
This used to be a freight and passenger station. Let me move this over for just a moment. And this is cool. This is like a old style fountain machine. And there's supposed to be a little lever right here where you can turn it on and off, but we didn't add it yet. But I should have played a joke on Will. One of the agreements where we purchased the restaurant that we would keep the integrity of the building.
Sure, yeah.
Yeah, so it was a lot of fun doing that and learning how to work and grow in a tight space. This sign right here was actually up on the top of the building. And this building was actually a flea market for the past 40 years.
Okay.
And we opened in 2004.
So tell me why Hammond?
Why Hammond? Well, my family's from this area. I grew up here. I wanted to do a lot of things. And you know what happened? My Uncle Frank, he told me, he said, Jonathan, don't be a man with many knives in his pocket and none of them sharp.
That's good.
And then at that time, that's when my cousin and I, we said, okay. And we took the leap and we jumped into the restaurant at 24.
Y'all added sushi later on in the restaurant's life, right? What made you decide to do that?
When Katrina hit, one of our good friends, I would call him a mentor, because he did come down and do just that with my brother Christopher for a month. And we turned our oyster bar into a sushi bar. For months straight, he made sushi with my brother every single day and just pretty much taught us everything that we know.
Wow.
And we took it from there. And so yeah, that's a very important part. And I don't think sometimes that we get the chance to communicate how much that means to us. That Yusuke from Little Tokyo came down and helped us to open our sushi bar.
Wow. Well, man, thanks. This has been awesome. I learned a few things I didn't know before today. So thanks for taking the time to do this with us. And I look forward to next time, brother.
You're welcome.
Now you see why I love this place so much. There's always something great going on in downtown Hammond, from live music to festivals, to arts and crafts, to museums. There's a renovated Columbia Theater, which is a historic theater in downtown Hammond. There's Southeastern Louisiana State University right down the road. It's a great place to be. So thank you for joining me today, and let me show off my town to you.
Hi there, I'm Brett Rector, and I'm thrilled to be one of the hosts of American Dream Television, New Orleans. Today, I want to introduce you to one of my favorite neighborhoods. In fact, the first neighborhood I called home in New Orleans. Today, we're in Bywater. Bywater is an eclectic neighborhood with a multitude of different architectural style homes, Creole and Victorian era cottages, the quintessential New Orleans shotgun double, as well as arts and crafts inspired residences. We're outside of a structure that was formerly a garment factory, which is now known as Bywater Art Lofts. This building was repurposed and redesigned in 2008 to provide studio and living spaces for low-income artist residents of the neighborhood. Phase 2, which is across the street, was repurposed and redeveloped in 2012. Speaking of repurposed structures, I would like to introduce you to one of my favorite neighborhood businesses, Bywater Bakery. Located just here across the street, Bywater Bakery was opened by Chaya Conrad and her husband, Alton Osborne, in 2017. They purchased this building, redesigned and restored it, and turned it into what is now the home of Bywater Bakery. Come on, let's go. Everyone, I'd like you to meet my good friend Chaya Conrad, owner of Bywater Bakery. Chaya, tell us, how is it that you chose this location out of all the places in the city to open your own bakery?
Well, my husband and I, we live in the Bywater. We're 3 blocks from here, and when we were looking for a place to open, we were only looking in the Bywater. What we were looking to do was build what we wanted to see in our own neighborhood. So this place finally, after a lot of false starts, this place finally, it all worked out, and here we are.
I know you're very community oriented. You've done a lot of giving back to the community. You employed neighborhood musicians to perform during the pandemic. You provided COVID testing to the community. Tell us, why is that important to you?
Well, like I said, we live 3 blocks from here. These are our neighbors and our friends, right? So what's important to me is making sure that we nourish and foster a really strong neighborhood.
You've been in the bakery pastry industry for a number of years. Tell us a little bit about your history and how you ended up here in Bywater with Bywater Bakery.
Well, I first came down 32 years ago to do my extern from CIA. Of course, I fell in love with this city. Everyone does, right? I had to come back, and when I did, I worked at a bunch of the different restaurants and eventually had my own little bakery, and then I went to work for Whole Foods, and eventually I just wanted to get back into the butter and get back to baking. So, you know, I wanted to put something close to home
and here you are.
Start baking again.
Yeah, wonderful, wonderful. Well, thank you for your time. It's always wonderful to see you. I appreciate you talking with us today. But you know what? I need to go get some of these delicious pastries.
Yes, you do.
Thank you, everyone, for joining us. Until the next episode, I'm Brett Rector. This is American Dream Television, New Orleans.
Welcome to Sorrento, Louisiana, right outside of Baton Rouge. Today we're going to take a look at the Cajun Village. Here they brought Acadian-style homes and renovated them into some cool boutiques and shops. Let's take a look at our Louisiana culture. When you think of southern Louisiana and its wildlife, you no doubt think of alligators. There are around 2 million alligators in Louisiana, and a few of those actually live here. The Cajun Village cottages date back to around 1900. Originally built for workers near the historic area of downtown Baton Rouge known as Spanish Town. The Acadian-style shotgun houses were saved in 1997 and moved to their peaceful home here in Sorrento, Louisiana. Our first official stop is the Coffee House Restaurant. With Southern Louisiana favorites like beignets, red beans and rice, gumbo, shrimp étouffée, it's a guarantee you will not leave here hungry. So here we are with Donald. He is an owner of this shop as well as the Live in Louisiana shop here at the Cajun Village. He's been an owner, co-owner for about 20 years with his wife. So tell us a little bit about how you guys got started here. And
well, my wife, we used to have antiques in Denham Springs. We started off at the shop over there that's called Live in Louisiana. But at that time, we just called it Cajun Village Antiques.
Mm-hmm.
We wanted it to be central in this location, you know. I love the interstate, what it does to us, because people want to stop to get coffee, and when they see what they have in this village, they're really excited about it. You know? So that's what brings us over here, and we love it, you know.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for doing this for us. We really appreciate talking with you. You helped us learn so much more about the Cajun Village. Welcome to the beautiful neighborhood of Pelican Point. We're just a few miles away from the Cajun Village. Today we're going to take a look at this 4,000 square foot Acadian style home with a traditional touch and a bit of modern flair. Let's go take a look. It's 4 bedrooms, 3.5 baths, with plenty of room to spread out and entertain. It also has a flex space, a bonus room, outdoor kitchen, and formal dining room. Whether you're just visiting Louisiana or you're a Louisiana native, the Cajun Village is a great place to enjoy Southern culture and community. Thanks for visiting. I'm Jessica Huber.
Hello and welcome to Baton Rouge, Louisiana, also known as the Red Stick and Louisiana's state capital, and home to LSU and the mighty Fightin' Tigers. I am your host, Natasha Engel, your real estate and lifestyle expert. Now let's kick off the American dream, selling Baton Rouge. Today, we are highlighting an action-packed spot in one of my favorite areas and places to live here in Baton Rouge, the LSU Lakes. Before these were the lakes, this used to be part of Tupelo Cypress Swamp. And as you can see, nature is trying to return to its roots. But residents, community leaders, and philanthropists refuse to let that happen. A $20 million revitalization project is underway, and it promises to be spectacular and world-class. The Lakes Project will also ensure an annual October tradition, the return of the majestic white pelicans. They journey down the Mississippi River and spend the winter with us. But people flock here too for many reasons, including its unique and impressive Louisiana architecture. You'll always find duck or geese to feed, a cool museum to visit, like Knock Knock Children's Museum, where you can hop on a golf cart for a round of golf, pull out your tennis strings for a tennis match, or master your mallet at a championship croquet court. Kids can get into the swing of things on the playground, or your four-legged family can romp around at the Raising Cane's dog park. Rob Stewart, President and CEO of the LSU Foundation, joins us today to give us a little idea of what the University Lakes Project will look like. Rob, so tell us, what this is going to look like in a few years from now.
Well, the first phase will be dredging the 5 lakes other than University Lake, including City Park Lake, where we're here right now. And with the dredging, you will all of the scum that's on top of the lakes and making them look very ugly right now will be gone. The lakes will be deep enough, and that will all take care of that.
Well, we're excited to see this, and thank you so much for joining us today.
Absolutely. Thank you so much.
Pleasure.
Pleasure.
party starts here, right underneath the Perkins Road overpass, and I'm at a local neighborhood favorite restaurant, Kalura Street Grill, aka K Street, owned by my friend Brad Watts. Let's go see what they're cooking up today. Hey Brad, thank you so much for having us today. I really appreciate it. So tell me, what's one of your favorite dishes over here?
The menu is inspired from a bunch of different places. We have a motto here, which is no gumbo, no bread pudding. Not that there's anything wrong with that. So we have Asian-inspired dishes, French, Italian-inspired. So we're trying to do things just a little different and not get pigeonholed into the same old South Louisiana menu. Our executive chef, he does a shrimp pad thai dish, and it's one of our most popular, one of my favorites. What's interesting about this part of town is we have so many eclectic, popular restaurants that within, and you know this because you live around the corner, 5 minutes from here, there's a dozen restaurants that you can eat at in this area right here on a Friday.
That's what I mean, that's what I love most about the area. It's walkable, and you have restaurants, bars, and even a grocery store right at your fingertips. So I know y'all also have one of my favorite drinks, and y'all make it best, is the old fashioned. And I'm ready to get this weekend started early, so let's go have a drink.
That sounds great, let's go.
Cheers to the weekend.
Cheers.
It's only fitting to end right here on LSU's campus where it all began. Thanks to LSU and its donors for creating the lakes, which ballooned into a thriving hotspot to live, work, and play, and continue its legacy. Now, let's go, Tigers.
Well, hope you enjoyed today's episode of The American Dream. Again, I was your host, Craig Sewing, and the creator of the show. We've had so much fun building this thing. I've traveled all across the country building a real show, not a reality show, about real estate, lifestyle, and culture, featuring positive stories of your marketplaces. I've always said this isn't our show, it's yours. We just get to reflect the cool stories back to you. So thank you so much for those stories. Thank you for following our show, and don't forget to follow us on social media. We'll catch you next time. And of course, cheers to your American dream. Hello, America, and welcome to The American Dream, a national TV show centered on real estate, lifestyle, and culture. Let's get this show started right now.
I ain't gonna wait. I'm coming at you straight. Got you in my rear view. I don't even hear you. I'm already flying away.
I cannot wait to show you the inside of this incredible estate.